Watertown woman dealing with finding a place to stay speaks up to the city council. Plus, we head to Chile Arena, where Team USA faces off against Kazakhstan at this year's FISU World University Games. But first, a war of words rages on between Watertown City Council in the wake of a judge's ruling on the $3.4 million Watertown Golf Club purchase. Good evening, I'm Zach Grady. Garrett Domblewski is off tonight. A judge may have made his decision for the Watertown Golf Club to be cleared for purchase, but the debate was far from over at Tuesday night's City Council meeting. 7 News reporter Lexi Bruning has more on the council's continuing clash.
You want it? You sure you want it? You're gonna hear it. I'll be sure to bring it, trust me.
As the case ends, the clash on council continues. Tuesday, council member Cliff Olney again promised to expose disinformation spread, he says, by Mayor Jeff Smith and council member Sarah Campo Pierce over the $3.4 million purchase. It was the subject of this news release out last week, signed by Olney and council members Lisa Ruggiero and Pat Hickey. And even before that, Olney seemed eager to release facts at a January 3rd meeting, but litigation held him back.
After we go through with the case and we're done and the public understands what the determination of the judge is going to be, because I will go there then, and I will expose everything that has been done to deep six this deal, disingenuous stuff that's been released in orders that it never should have been. And you can count on it.
With the litigation over and the judge's decision in, Councilmember Campo Pierce was eager to hear what the three had to say.
Could you share specifically what disinformation I spread?
After 5 seconds of silence and a repeated request, Olney spoke up.
I said I was letting it breathe tonight because we just got the decision.
Minutes later, Olney accused Campo Pierce and her supporters of spreading rumors that he and Ruggiero were getting a cut of the golf club deal.
There was rumors out there being spread around by your team, your people, all right, that were suggesting that we were corrupt.
And Ruggiero accusing Smith of spreading lies on the radio and soliciting a resident to file a lawsuit to stop the deal. But Smith fired back.
When asked tonight about what is the disinformation, what are the facts, we hear more diversion later.
Lexi Bruning, 7 News.
A father who lied to coworkers and friends that his son had died of leukemia pleads guilty to grand larceny. Caleb Stevens of Adams was arrested last October. State police say Stevens told people his son had died and that he needed money for funeral expenses. He's alleged to have collected donations from workers at his place of employment in Adams and as well in Brownville. It is expected that Stevens' sentence could be from 2 to 4 years. His sentencing is scheduled for March 20th. An Alexandria Bay man who assaulted his neighbor with a baseball bat is sentenced to 12 years in prison. In November, Patrick Belden was found guilty on charges including burglary and assault. He was also found not guilty of kidnapping and strangulation. Belden was accused of forcing his 49-year-old neighbor into the basement of the man's own apartment building and then assaulting him with a bat. St. Lawrence County is taking over more of the police dispatching for the city of Ogdensburg. County officials say starting Wednesday, all primary dispatch services and coordinated call response for city police between 7 p.m. and between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. will be handled by St. Lawrence County Emergency Services. They say the goal will be to expand to be on call 24 hours a day as infrastructure and staffing permit. Access to Fort Drum's Wheeler Sac Army Airfield is limited as soldiers on post take part in the D-Series competition. The airfield's access was limited on Wednesday and will continue to be so on Thursday as well. The Bomporto Bridge will be closed to traffic from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. To get to the airfield, you will need to use Route 26 gate. Soldiers will be using many of the roads on post. The cause of the diversion, the D-Series Winter Challenge. The challenge commemorates a month-long exercise known as the D-Series. More than 10,000 10th Mountain Division soldiers took part in the exercise in Colorado back in March of 1944. John, all the snow on the ground seems to be gone. Any chance we're getting some back anytime soon?
It looks like by tomorrow afternoon, Zach, a little bit more snow will be in the air and maybe a little bit of rain and freezing rain as well. All right, let's check the maps. First look weather, of course, brought to you by Doors Plus and Adams Center. And take note, yeah, skies have cleared on out and there's really not too much happening outside right now. We'll keep it mostly cloudy overnight tonight. Temperatures will be dropping back into the lower 20s, upper teens in some locales, and then by noon, clouds and 29 degrees. So we'll talk about the precipitation, when does it start and who gets it. We'll also peek into the weekend as well here in a few. Zach, let's send it back to you.
Thanks, Sean. Team USA dropped the puck in Potsdam, and 7 News reporter Sean Brindo was in the stands, speaking with local fans, international players, and even the president of the FISU Games.
Team USA takes the ice at Cheel Arena Wednesday morning for the FISU World University Games. Håkan Poller of Potsdam is here with his grandson since winter weather canceled school for the day.
No, I think they've been great. They've been well run and I think from what I can see, pretty well organized. I see some of the players walking around town and in the stores. I think they're enjoying it. North Country's pretty friendly anyways.
During Wednesday's game, both local and international spectators cheered on Team USA. Great Britain's hockey team were cheering on Team USA despite the defeat to the Americans earlier in the tournament.
I think it's a very equal game, to be fair. Neither team have really outdone each other, but it's definitely going to be a lot more physical in the end.
We caught up with FISU President Leon Eder at Cheel Arena, who says regardless of who wins, it's the sport that comes out on top at the games.
This is a part of the spirit of our games, you know, to play, to have fun, to play together, to talk to each other.
But to move on to Lake Placid, you have to win here, and Team USA did, beating Kazakhstan 4-1. Sean Brenda, 7 News.
A Loudville couple is up for a state grant. They look to redo a village building that once housed the jail. The couple wants to expand their coffee roasting business. 7 News reporter Chad Charrette tells us what's brewing.
In Loudville, renovations are underway. And this historic structure is getting quite a facelift. Lewis County couple Scott and Vanessa Gilbert purchased an old jail on South State Street so they could expand their coffee roasting business.
Everything kind of fell into place, and it's a great location. We're excited to be part of the downtown scene here in Loudville.
Fixing up the structure has been a multi-step process. Work is nearly done on the bakery. And after that, they'll finish up the roasting room and make it accessible to people with disabilities.
So this elevator will give access to all 3 floors, the basement, the first and second floor, and that's going to be a huge step.
Gilbert says the bakery is on track to open up early next month, but there's still a lot of work left.
Once it's all said and done, because we're quite a ways away yet, obviously.
Later down the line, they're planning to convert these rooms at the front of the building into a cafe.
And the idea is like you'd have the espresso machine right there, so when you come in through the wall, it would just be this like really cool visual that you would see.
Plans are still up in the air for the building's second floor, especially if the couple is given additional funds from a Restore NY grant that will allow them to make more renovations. There's plenty of unused space up here. Take this old cell block, for example. It may actually end up being converted into an apartment in the near future.
So it'll be some office space or like classroom space, you know, really the sky's the limit. There's lots of different possibilities for that space up there.
By expanding their business, the Gilberts will also be able to bring on additional staff for both brewing and baking. Chad Charrette, 7 News.
Still to come, Mel's got your North Country Sports Report.
Hey, Zach, we'll check in on the IHC hockey team. That story in sports.
Plus, in her own words, Watertown's Tammy Higbee tells us her story Tuesday night to urging the city council to offer some help.
From the North Country's news station, you're watching 7 News Tonight with Garrett Dumbluski. Tonight's weather with John Kubis. And your North Country sports with Mel Busler.
Wednesday's evening winning lotto numbers, the daily numbers, 425, and the win 4, 8778. Those in charge in Jefferson County are changing up their game plan and how to help the homeless. They tell 7 News reporter Sandy Torres tonight that progress is being made.
To help the homeless, officials had to pick and choose between a warming center and the State Street Salvation Army or a housing facility on Pine Street, also in Watertown. Given financial worries and a lack of staffing, both couldn't be open at the same time.
We are sitting here today and our Pine Street project is not open, but on the other hand, given the choice of being able to open the warming center or being able to open Pine Street, I think it's much more important that the warming center is able to come online.
It's a change in the approach to solving Watertown's homeless problem, explained at the summit Wednesday, led by a community steering committee. Felicia Parker is on that steering committee and says choosing the warming center first was important because it provides an immediate change to a person who needs a roof over their head for the night.
Let's say they came into the health center and said, I don't have a place to sleep tonight. But there were a lot of steps that we would have to take with that individual or family to get them into emergency housing.
Leaders also changed up their approach to working with local landlords so those who need safe housing can find it. 11 units at 140 High Street in Watertown are now being used.
The county came together with the landlord and the property manager to come up with a new model to best support the individuals that are living in that housing unit.
The 1661 Factory Street comes back online and the Pine Street facility opens this spring. Jefferson County will have recovered pretty much all of the 95 units the Department of Social Services lost in the last 2 years to issues like properties getting condemned or lost to fire.
I do think the momentum was moving forward today. What we really did is identified a series of recommendations that helps us continue to address that situation.
Rearranging priorities to make progress, and those leading the charge against homelessness feel they are now on a better track. Sandy Torres, 7 News.
We've spoken with Tammy Higbee several times as we've covered the unhoused situation here in Jefferson County. From living at the Hotus Motel to getting help from the now closed county shelter, Tammy has told us her story. She used Tuesday night to describe her situation to Watertown City Council and how she became homeless, urging lawmakers not to give up on the people who need help.
Many people that are homeless have been told that they've been just drug addicts and basic trash. I'm here to say I'm not trash. I've been living in my car for over 2 weeks. I've lived in my car at least 11 months over the years since 2018. My dad died. We were put in a position where we couldn't afford to pay our taxes. That caused homelessness in my family. My daughter and I, our 3 dogs. We've been doing the best we can, and I embrace it with a smile, because what else can you do? So I'm asking for the city to address trying to get low-income places for many people and rehab programs for those that need it.
John Kubis is back next with your full forecast.
Now, tonight's weather.
Quiet outside. We got rid of those flurries from earlier this evening. Clear skies right now, a little bit of patchy fog in certain locales. Temperatures cooled off a bit. We're at 29 degrees. Winds are calm, so no wind chill to talk about. Pressure is high, 3006. It will be falling during the day tomorrow. We'll talk more about that here in a few. All right, 41 the high, 28 the low as far as the normals. The averages, we are well above on both ends. Nothing record-setting, though. All-time record high 59, set back in 1973. It was a chilly one in 97. We got down to 30 below. Mid-20s for you in Messina, and also at Old Forge, 32 in Lowville. Upper 20s out Fort Drum Way, and also across the border in Kingston. Notice, skies have partially cleared out, and there you see some of that blue from earlier this evening. All that activity is pushed on down to the south. Not so much out west. Big spin in the atmosphere over towards Omaha and Kansas City, and that low is bringing up a little bit of moisture in the form of rain and also some snow as well. Temperatures in the North Country will be marginal tomorrow. I don't think we'll be in the upper 30s. We'll be in the lower to middle 30s, so running that risk for a little bit of a wintry mix during the afternoon hours. Notice the blue. Jefferson County and Lewis County winter weather advisory starting tomorrow, 10 a.m., lasting right through Friday at 1 a.m. Could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow, potentially a coating of ice, freezing rain. Really nothing that's going to stop you. It might slow you down a bit as you're brushing off your car. As far as St. Lawrence County, you'll get a little bit of snow as well. maybe even a little bit of that wintry mix, but no weather alerts for your neck of the woods quite yet. As far as the overnight lows tonight, I think we bottom out pretty much in the 20s. Model a little bit out to lunch here, showing all the clouds, and we've got mainly clear conditions outside right now. But I think tomorrow morning around 7:30 or so, temperatures in the upper teens to lower 20s. If it's going to be cloudy all day tomorrow, and it looks like it, clouds all day, and there you see a little bit of precipitation heading our way. Afternoon, say around 1, 2 o'clock, and by 7:30, temperatures pretty much above freezing. Watertown, Lowville, Point South, and some snow and potentially a little bit of freezing rain where it's a bit colder up in St. Lawrence County. As far as your lows tonight, pretty much in the lower 20s, mainly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, some afternoon rain and snow, maybe some sleets and maybe some freezing rain as well. Your highs anywhere from 30 to 36. In Lewis County overnight, mostly cloudy, lows right around 20 to 22. Tomorrow, a little wintry mix in the afternoon, your highs in the lower to mid 30s. St. Lawrence County overnight, bit colder the further north one goes, mid-teens Messina, 20 in Wanakina. Tomorrow, some afternoon snow, maybe a little bit of a wintry mix for you as well. Highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Some snow on Friday, could see a couple of inches worth of accumulation Saturday, looking mainly cloudy and 29. Some snow on Sunday, mainly in the afternoon, and potentially on Monday as well. So a couple small systems kind of nickel and diming us over the next week or so. That's all I have for now. Coming up next, Mel has sports. Stay tuned.
Now your North Country sports.
Time for your Toyota Sports Report. Boys basketball, boys hockey among the items on the local sports menu for this Wednesday night. Rob Crone is in to sort out all the highlights.
Boys Frontier League basketball from Watertown High. The Cyclones hosting Carthage. First quarter, Seth Charlton hits the floaters. Cyclones on top 2. He had 22. Comets answer. Micaiah Johnson hits the corner jumper. Carthage down 2. Off the turnover, it's Charlton with 2 more. Watertown on top 6. Then it's Jack Adams driving baseline, getting the roll. Cyclones by 8. Khalil Tavaga knocks down the three-pointer for the Comets. Cyclones beat the Comets 69-51. Another Boys Frontier League basketball matchup in Adams. South Jeff hosting Sandy Creek. Second quarter, Nolan Widrick dials long distance. Spartans in front 32-25. Comets counter, Mason Ennis rips yarn from downtown. Sandy Creek down 4. Third quarter, Robert Pittick gets the roll down low. Spartans in front 8. Ennis with the strong move inside for the bucket. Comets within 6. Curtis Stay comes up with the steal, hits, and is fouled. South Jeff beats Sandy Creek 78-75 in overtime. Boys NAC basketball, St. Lawrence Central hosting Brushton-Ira. Ethan Parent dishes to Casey Martin, who splits the defenders for the layup. 3-0. Dustin Baker off the screen adds to the lead. Xavier Shattuck to Aiden Beach. Larry's on the board. Beach on the steal and breakaway ties the game at 5. Damian Ashley to Beach again for 3. Austin Mason for the short jumper. St. Lawrence Central rallies down the stretch to beat Brushton-Ira 53-40. NAC boys hockey, Malone at St. Lawrence Central. Merrick Frary feeds Michael Doney for the quick shot. Larry's go up 1-0. The Larry's Andrew Lamora swoops in. Charlie Dow flips home the rebound. Game tied at 2. Lamora to Connor Provost, giving the Larrys a 3-2 edge. Malone's Owen Burdett takes the initial shot. Jonathan Scarf deposits the rebound. Malone scores 4 straight goals and beats St. Lawrence Central 6-4. Rob Crone, 7 News Sports.
Tonight's local scoreboard's brought to you by Coleman's Corner, located behind Fairground Inn across from Watertown Arena. Coleman's Corner offers traditional Irish fare along with gourmet sandwiches, burger, steaks, and seafood. Enjoy your favorite beverage for great food. It's Fairground Inn and Coleman's Corner. Boys high school basketball, Watertown defeats Carthage. General Brown over Beaver River. South Jefferson down Sandy Creek. Copenhagen a winner over Lyme. Herman DeKalb over Parishville Hopkinton. St. Lawrence Central over Brushton-Myra. OFA down Salmon River. Girls high school basketball, Watertown over Carthage. Belleville Henderson defeats South Louis. Alexandria over Sandy Creek. Copenhagen downs Lyme. Lafargeville a winner over Sackett's Harbor. OFA beats Salmon River. Lisbon over Harrisville. It was Hammond, a winner over Herman DeKalb. Men's college basketball, Corning over Jefferson. Section 3 duels. Division 2 wrestling. General Brown defeats Lowville, but then Central Valley will defeat General Brown. Boys wrestling, Governor, a winner over OFA. South Jeff, Sandy Creek over Beaver River. Boys high school swimming, South Jefferson over Lowville. High school volleyball, Watertown over General Brown. Beaver River beats South Jefferson. Lowville sweeps Carthage. Boys high school hockey, OFA over the Islanders. Malone, a winner over St. Lawrence Central. Girls high school hockey, Malone, a winner over Messina. In the FISU hockey men's action, Cheel Arena, USA defeats Kazakhstan. At Roos House, Canada shuts out Czech Republic. In women's hockey at Maxey Hall tonight, it was Canada a winner over the U.S. Frontier League bowling was held today at Playmore Lanes in Watertown. Indian River took both the boys and girls matches with identical 2-0 records. Carthage was 1-1 for both boys and the girls, with Alexandria 0-2. Ethan Kraus, an independent bowling out of Beaver River, rolled a 720 series by averaging 240 a game. On the girls' side, Danielle Brumfield of Indian River rolled a 432 series. 6 schools contribute players to the Immaculate Heart boys hockey team. Their combined efforts putting together a good season so far. The Cavaliers currently stand at 5-5-1 on the season. Immaculate Heart has already won 2 more games than all of last season.
Yeah, it's definitely a better year than last year, winning only 3 games, but I think we've lost a couple close games that we should have had, but we're doing good right now, so hopefully we can keep that going.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're on a winning streak right now, and hopefully we can keep it up.
I think we're playing pretty good, definitely better than last year. Definitely some things we can work on, but we got a young team, and we got a good few years, I think, ahead of us.
Oh yeah, certainly. This is definitely, if you could consider it historic for IHC hockey this year. We had a few stumbling blocks for team synergy this year, but we're definitely getting through it. Our team's coming together, and we're working hard.
We work really hard, both on and off the ice, and we're coming together as a team really well.
Yeah, you know, the kids have been pretty consistent. We've had a couple of tough games here and there. We had to really learn who our squad was, you know. We have a mixture of freshmen all the way to seniors now on the team, working hard, and things are finally clicking, and looking forward to the next half of the season.
As far as what the rest of the season holds?
I'm hoping that we do something good, but we have a couple of hard games with West Jenny coming up in Syracuse City, but other than that, I think we should win out, and hopefully we have a good run in sectionals.
We're playing good so far. We got to keep, like I said, keep that win streak up, and just keep it going, keep getting pucks deep, and keep going.
Definitely got a tough game coming up, West Jenny, but I think if we really practice hard, we can come out on top, and I think we can really make a run this year.
I think we have a very good chance for success this year. I think we just need to keep working hard and doing what we can to do our best.
We got a lot of tough games ahead of us, including RFA and West Jenny. But I think if we work hard, we'll definitely come out on top.
You know, it's about who wants to show up and who wants to put in the work. If we consistently show up like we have been, I think we can compete with anyone. I have a great bunch of kids all over the North Country. They play on all sorts of teams, and you know, it's just fortunate that I get a chance to coach these guys and they get to come together and play. And I think they're going to have a great second half of the season.
With players representing Immaculate Heart, Watertown, Indian River, General Brown, Carthage, and Beaver River, this group of hockey players looking to find success under the IHC banner. Well, that's it for now. The man, the myth, the legend, Zach Grady after this timeout.
Toyota Sports Report, sponsored by your local Toyota dealers.
A dry start to the day tomorrow. However, by the afternoon, we'll be in the low 30s and we'll have a little bit of snow.
For John Kubis and Mel Busler, I'm Zach Grady. Emily Griffin will be back tomorrow for 7 News This Morning. This has been 7 News Tonight.